from our chef on a diet, timeouts. Let's begin with jersey number 2, Jamel Codilla. At number 3, Ariel Cacao. Wearing jersey number 9, Zidric Saavedra. Number 11, Lyric John Mendoza. Number 14, Martin Bugawan. And number 15, Andre Delicana. Starting libero is number 4, Raymond Bryce de Guzman. Head coach, Coach Edison Orculio. Presenting our PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Let's begin with jersey number 16, their team captain, Seaman Second Class Greg Dolor. At number 12, Edward Camposano. Wearing jersey number 15, Apprentice Seaman Peter Kiel. At number 18, Seaman First Class Oven de la Vega. And at number 20, Seaman Second Class Christian Marcelino. Number 24, Owen Suarez. Starting libero is number 13, Seaman Second Class Jack Kalingking. Head coach, Petty Officer 3, Cecile Cruzada. This is match number 3, preliminary round, Spikers Turf, Season 6.
Let's take a look at the starters for the Chef on a Diet FEU Tamaraos. You have Mendoza, Bugawan, Cacao, Delicana, Saavedra, and Codilla, and De Guzman as their libero. Meanwhile, we check out the starters for the Navy Sea Lions: De La Vega, Kiel, Marcelino, Suarez, Dolor, Camposano, and Jack Kalingking as their libero. Good morning, and we welcome you all to our coverage of the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. And you are catching us live over on Pilipinas Live and on One Sports Plus. Dip Dipianco alongside Coach Ronnie Magsanok on call for this first match of your Sunday quadruple header. And also joining us on the sidelines is Alexis Tinsay. Second game day of the tournament, Coach Ronnie. We've yet to know a lot about the teams yet. Unang laro pa lang nitong dalawang koponan na to.
We have a total of 24 teams, and in the first play date we played 2 matches.
Yep.
Today we have 4, so it will take some time before all of us get familiar with all of the 24 teams. But we talk about being familiar. Owen Suarez is too familiar with the rest of his teammates, and he's going to be definitely one of the playmakers that we will watch out for as they nail the first point on that quick play, on that quick set, coming, of course, from the ace playmaker, Owen Suarez.
This is a more complete PGJC Navy lineup. But before we talk about that, FEU right away answers back.
That was player number 14 answering back for the FEU Tamaraos. Incidentally, FEU is the winningest team in the UAP with 25 championships won in the history of the UAP. Earlier, para dito sa team ng FEU, that was, I believe, was that Martinez who nailed the first point?
Yep. That was Bugawan, actually.
Bugawan.
The younger
Kapatid
brother.
Kaya? O, kapatid.
Yes, the younger brother
Oo.
of JP Bugawan.
3 players, meanwhile, on the flip side for the Sea Lions, coming from the FEU Tamaraos, Peter Kiel, Greg Dolor, of course, Owen Suarez.
So,
Nice.
head coach Ed Orculio, as Navy gets another point. Yung coach ng FEU na si long-time assistant of FEU na si Coach Ed Orculio,
Yes.
actually was able to handle some of the players.
Correct.
Here in Navy Sea
Well,
Lions.
maliit lang ang mundo ng volleyball. Actually, yung sports world natin, maliit lang ang mundo. So, minsan ikaw, minsan iikot ka, minsan babalik ka.
Yeah.
But the important thing is you do your part. Greg Dolor scores his first point. The leading scorer for this club, or rather for this team, was Marcelino.
Yeah.
In the previous Spikers Turf edition. And as the games go along, we'll take a look at yung mga leading scorers, top blockers, and so on and so forth. But Camposano is going to be a major force para dito sa team ng Sea Lions.
De La Vega with a pickup. He goes up for the attack. And the point for Navy.
Kalingking is back. De Vega is back. Camposano is in harness. And this is a starting unit that can be a part of the national team.
That's right. And even, of course, Joven De La Vega having a stint there as well previously. You know that he had that injury which prevented him from missing or seeing action rather in the previous conference. He goes up
Wow.
for that set. Free ball given up for FEU. Here comes the attack. Popped up by Camposano. He also rises up, but denied by Bugawan.
Older brother JP Bugawan is one of the best blockers throughout the Spikers turf in the last few years, showing us the kind of skill level that he has. Not intimidated at all by the national player Edward Camposano.
I'm sure he's learned a thing or two from his older brother.
And that is also to serve well. Mas matangkad ang kuya niya, no?
This guy is young and I'm sure still has
All of them are young.
yung potential niya.
Very young. 19, 20, 21 year
Yeah,
olds.
ceiling is still very high. The setup job and the finish. That was courtesy of Delicana.
Very talented players. Misdirection came from Lyric John Mendoza in the middle, isolating the open hitter who delivers the diagonal point.
Tamaraos just behind by 1 point. Suarez, back row attack. And that's inside for Joven De La Vega.
And easily you can recognize that Coach Cecil and his team and her team understands the fact that if you let your guard down, especially in the early stages, madadali ka. Because these are hungry players and these are really high-skilled players who are playing in the big leagues all over the country. Especially FEU, nabilanggit natin. A semi-finalist, almost made it to the finals of the previous UAAP.
A service ace for the newcomer Edward Camposano on the side of the Navy Sea Lions, and they build a 3-point lead.
Biggest lead here in the first set. Edward Camposano, of course, a mainstay of the national team. Tandaan natin, may CV League na tinatawag and various competitions participated in. Pati Asian Games. Uy. Stepping.
Ilang na siya dun sa release pa lang.
Parang natagalan din siya sa sarili at minadali niya sa bandang dulo. Natutuwa ako na pati sa Asian Games nakalaro yung men's team. Pero yung women's team hindi nakasali.
Hopefully, in the next Asian Games.
That will be in Hiroshima, in Japan, in 2026.
Kalingking gets the receive. Oh, miscue between Suarez and Dolor.
Rarely happens. Actually, tinatry pang isave ni Kalingking. Pero tumigil ng maglaro yung mga iba. Buhay pa sana yun. Instead, it's a 1-point deficit here. 6 serving 7.
2 straight points for the FEU Tamaraos. And a good serve. Marcelino flat on the attack.
3 straight now para sa FEU.
Yeah, just like that, we are tied at 7-all here in set number 1. And FEU continues to serve courtesy of Andre Delicana.
Another good serve.
Oh, that push. It's kept alive. Back row attack from Camposano. And that's wide, and it's FEU who gets us to the first technical timeout.
4-point run, no?
4 straight points for the Tamaraos, and we'll take the short break. We'll be back here on Pilipinas Live and One Sports.
Dip and Coach Ronnie. For Chef on a Diet Coach Ed Orculio, who has been an assistant for almost a decade under Coach George Pasco and Coach Ray Diaz. It's actually been just 2 months since he was hailed head coach of the FEU Tamaraws, and he told me that with the Tamaraw system still intact, they actually geared up for this very strong team, namely the Navy, who is a prominent team in the AFP Olympics right now. Despite Buboy Calado graduating, Coach Ed is happy to have new members in the team ready to step up, namely Glenn Adesir, Mark Sabado, and Dre Delicana. Dahil kung may magsasaradong pinto, may bintanang magbubukas. And for this conference, Jeff Abunyawan is their first captain ball, while Benny Martinez is their second. Reiterating the Pilipinas Live app question, which team will dominate in blocking? What do you think, Dip and Coach Ronnie?
Well, let's ask Coach Ronnie, what do you think about the blocking department so far?
Supposedly, si Lions advantage arrow, but let's see, because FEU was really impressed in the first part of this contest.
Right now, Navy has tied the game up. But going back to that report of Alexis regarding that FEU lineup, for sure Coach Ed Orculio is not new to the system. He's been part of that team for quite a while now.
Which is very important, even to the players. Because yung transition of a new coach, bringing in a new program, really takes time. But when somebody absorbs the program, but is already a part of a long-term success program, mas madali yung transition for both parties. 2 straight points after a 4-point run by FEU on that Christian Marcelino hammer.
That one kept alive by De La Vega, the chase from Dolor. But it doesn't go through the net properly outside the antenna.
Tawid sa antenna, oh. Tight for set. First 2 matches have gone 3 straight sets, and that was the first play date 2 days ago, last Friday.
Mendoza with the serve, back row attack from De La Vega, and he scores.
Good reverse set. Coming from Suarez, superior confidence. Good misdirection as well. A lot of player movements. Once again here in the Spikers turf.
Oh, babawi itong FEU. Bugawan getting that point.
Make no mistake about it, it's going to be a major part para dito sa FEU. That's Bugawan.
All is the score here in set number 1. Over received. But couldn't take advantage was FEU. Good defense by Kalingking. Camposano.
Wow. Owen Suarez has to be creative. Blockers of FEU also working hard. After a kill was blocked, went to this pipe play. Back row conversion, 1-point lead once again for the Navy Sea Lions.
Kakao sets up the play.
Saavedra on that piston play. Good hide. Good circle move. Tied at 11 once more.
Rodrick Saavedra, one of the main players.
Scorer ito.
For Coach Ed Orculio, and they're right within the Navy Sea Lions, tying this game up once again.
Wow.
Camposano fires one up.
He's played with the best of the Asian region and in Southeast Asia as well. Very experienced player, but still quite young. Product, of course, of the UE Red Warriors. Big name player.
Another point for FEU.
Not this time for Saavedra. FEU pumuntos. Pasok. Courtesy of Saavedra. Pumasok. Gap in the block.
Babawi sa kabila. Joven De La Vega with a score.
Decoy play coming from Dolor again. League favorites understanding the fact a lot of dangerous teams are present. There was Dolor, there was Camposano, But De Vega's thumbprint all over that last point. 1-point lead once again in this CISO battle here in the first set thus far.
Over received, chance here for Navy. They go to Marcelino, who scores off the block.
And again, Owen Suarez on point. Iniiwas na yung kanyang mga hitters. Itinatago niya ng paulit-ulit because he knows for a fact napakasipag ng blockers ng FEU. But the talent level, the skill set, definitely way up there para sa Sea Lions, up by 2.
14 serving 12, that is short for De La Vega.
Second service error at least. Para dito sa tatlo na. Para sa Sea Lions, yung isa galing kay Camposano.
Saavedra will be the one to serve for FEU.
Marami rito deep lead changes, no? Ayaw ng bitawan ng Navy to. They lost the lead. They lost the lead when we got to the first technical timeout on a 4-point run ng FEU. A point away from the second technical timeout, Navy with a good run after being down at 8-7.
Well, let's see if they can hold on to this lead because before the first technical timeout,
Kinayod sila.
FEU went on a 4-0 run. Kakao with a one-hand set. And FEU able to score. Courtesy of Mendoza.
Good composure coming from Kakao. Not exactly the best first ball. Once again, beating the defense of the Sea Lions. FEU looking to tie the count.
Suarez upset Marcelino. And again, he scores as he sends us to the second technical timeout. Navy up by 2.
Siyempre bilang isang captain ball is ikaw yung unang sasabihan ng coach namin. So yun yung laging pinapaalala sa akin ni coach na ikaw dapat yung mauna. Ikaw lagi ang mauna sa mga hakbang na gagawin para ma-improve yung bawat isa. Hakbangin muna namin isa-isa hanggang makaabot kami ng top 4. Then magbabago na yung ip na pagdating ng top 4. So dun na, pupuspusan na kami doon hanggang makuha namin yung championship. Bibigyan namin ng magandang laban lahat ng kalaban namin.
Watch the Spikers Turf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, on any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. Navy continues to score after that technical timeout and a very confident Greg Dolor. And why not? Because mas buo nga yung team nila this conference, Coach Ronnie.
Ang ganda nung sinabi niya, may plano sila. So he is expected to lead by example being the captain. At na-communicate ni Coach Cecil and the rest of the staff kung ano yung plano. Tama eh. Siguraduhin munang papasok ka na nasa top 2 ka. At pagdating doon sa quarterfinals, iba na ang laban doon. The first order of the day is to get to the quarters. Kasi tricky eh. 6. Bawat pool. 2. Top 2 lang ang tatawid.
Right.
Hindi pwedeng you get there by virtue of the fact that big favorite ka. Combination play. Yes. And if you lose early, mahirap bawiin. 76 matches, but here, in the single round elimination, 5 laro, bawat pool, bawat team.
4 pools of 6 teams each. Top 2 will enter the quarters. FEU gets a point to cut it down to 2.
You like the spread of offense generated by Kakao. Good ball distribution, making it also difficult for a good defensive team such as the Sea Lions to contain the offense of FEU.
Oh, that one was out. Camposano Thought about getting that, but it eventually sailed out.
Second service error here for FEU, but that came at a crucial time.
Oh, that one over-received.
Oh. And this is where composure comes in. Composure, experience. Forces the hand of Coach Orculio to call a timeout with his team down by 4.
Pag receive error, paano tayo atake? Eh di wala kang atake pag walang receive. Itaas mo na yung bola kahit malayo doon sa gitna. Basta mataas yung bola para makapag-penetrate yung setter, oh. Tapos yung middle, hindi niya iiwanan yung middle, eh. Di ba? O di kailangan ma-penetrate mo yung outside tsaka dito sa kabila, yung wing. Back row, wala pa nangyayari sa atin. Iyaboy natin yung error. Hindi tayo uusad ng ganyan ng puntusan, oh. Kukuha ka ng dalawa, kukuha silang tatlo, paano? Oh, tara!
FEU down by 4 points. Coach Ed calling that timeout. And Marcelino will continue to serve for Navy. A good response from the Tamaraos after that timeout.
Bugawan, the recipient of that zero tempo play once again. At least 3 points for Bugawan. Here in set 1. Stops a good run. As the Sea Lions hurting the reception and efficiency of FEU late here in the first set. 3-point lead still remains for Philippine Navy.
Suarez.
Wow.
Oh, what a play. But kept alive by FEU, and then they turn it into a point.
Smart tip. It's not always force that matters most. It's reading the defense well, and Delicana read the defense well. Brings FEU 1 point closer. Puntos na. Naisalba pa.
$18 serving 20. Another back-to-back points for FEU, but De La Vega stops that.
4 is the biggest lead. Now Sea Lions twice established as Talisayan comes in for the first time in lieu of Codilla. 3-point lead belongs to Philippine Navy.
Service error though for Peter Kiel as he apologizes and heads to the bench.
7 errors here committed by Navy. That's 7 of the 19 points of the FEU Tamaraos.
Navy wants to get that point back, and they go to De La Vega.
De La Vega earlier 6 of 7 for 86% attack efficiency. Now with at least 7 points here in the first set alone. That's a little over 33% of the total output for Philippine Navy.
It will be Toto De La Vega serving for the Sea Lions.
Kita mo yung value ni Toto talaga, no?
Ramdam mo yung impact pagbalik niya dito. For Navy, Marcelino's attack was popped up. Saavedra. Down it goes for Drix Saavedra.
Power versus power. FEU showing us also that they have solid floor defense. Able to counter, able to transition, and able to rebound. They're still behind, but only by 2 points.
Suarez sets up the play. Camposano. Saavedra was able to keep the ball up, but then medyo nag-lag, no, yung second ball. Yung mga hahabol sa second touch.
Parang na-paralyze yung mga gustong bumuhay ng bola. Kasi pinektusan ni ni Camposano. So yung spin ng bola palayo instead na papasok.
And Coach Ed Orculio will insert a couple of players. Sabado and Martinez now in the game for FEU. Not sure if that was in response to the previous play, but he had a couple of instructions for his players. Martinez will set up the play and the attack. Oh, Delicana has also been a go-to here for
Delicana,
the
Saavedra. Then of course you have Bugawan. The three best scorers here in set one for FAU.
De La Vega. What a save. The touch there from Kelahes. And that one is a point.
But how difficult was that last point for Philippine Navy to get to set point? FAU forcing them to work even harder. Greg Dolor, tireless doon sa mga misdirection. Maski walang kumakagat, sige lang, lipad ng lipad.
Timeout FEU.
Bola, hindi ka kailangan magulat. Di ba? Pag tama ng bola, ganyan reaction. Para nagugulat tayo eh. Tapos pumalo ka. Pag palo natin, block. Kaya mong ibabawan. Huwag mong ibabawan. Kasi pag inibabawan mo, ito, basa yan, dyan, ganyan, ganyan. Tanggalin mo na lahat yan. O isa lang matira. Pag inibabawan mo, saan dadaan ang bola? Wala pang karga, di chance ball. Palo, palo. Block, block. Coverage naman eh. Go. Kapit tayo ka. Let's go.
Oh, Delicana was the focus of that timeout in that previous play.
Teaching never stops. On point, after points, in game, during the break. But the experience na makukuha ng mga manlalaro dito sa against seasoned veterans of the Spikers turf, napakabigat. Napakalaking tulong para sa kanila.
As they learn from the vets.
It has been a struggle for Peter Kiel all set long. But it closes out set one for Philippine Navy with that nice quick play for a 4-point win dito sa ating unang set at 25-21. And this was this last point.
Binitin pa ni Peter Kiel and a 4-point margin to get set number one for the Navy Sea Lions. Set number two when we return. Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center for the coverage of the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. And set number one just finished. Let's take a look at the highlights. What happened there in set number one, Coach Ronnie, that got Navy the set one win?
Eventually, it was about composure and experience and of course the excellence from the service line. And then, yung mga parte nung tanging tatlong errors ng FEU, nangyari yung dalawa doon sa tatlo, doon sa dulo. And those were key points that were generated by the Sea Lions kasi apat ang naging puhunan nila after Rick Rost the technical timeout. And that was key as to how they were able to preserve a lead and win the first set against a hard-fighting unit in FEU. Ito kasi, hindi naman halos even yung skill sets kasi makita mo naman yung kalamangan ng Navy. Pero hindi naman nagpapatalo ng madali itong mga naka-green and gold. Ang kaibahan, magbahagyang pagkakamali, mapagsamantala yung mga veterano. And they know when to strike. They know when it is to step on the pedal, so to speak. And the numbers will tell you the kind of offensive arsenal na mayroon ng Sea Lions here in this edition of the Spikers Turf. As we have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doing heavy damage offensively para sa Navy. Of course, aided by that last point ng Peter Kiel. Meanwhile, tama yung binagit natin. May Bugawan, may Saavedra, may Delicana. Parang problema dyan. Kailangan better ang kanilang blocking defense. Number 1, manatili yung kanilang floor defense to be able to contain that offensive explosion ng Navy who had 19 attack points.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And you mentioned if you're facing a strong team like Navy, you only have little room for error.
Hindi talaga pwede. Against elite teams. And definitely, the Sea Lions is one of at least 5 or 6 elite teams in the competition. You cannot.
So set number 2 underway here on Pilipinas Live and on One Sports Plus. Dip Bianco
Oh,
with Coach Ronnie Magsanok on call for this match, and also Alexis Tinsay is our courtside reporter. They start off with that hit from Christian Marcelino.
no chance to attack para dito sa FEU. Turned out to be a free ball. And in that free ball given up, Camposano strikes for his 5th point of this match.
Yep, that was Camposano rather. Check on that. Meanwhile, Bugawan will get the first point for the Tamaraos this set.
Off the block point coming from Bugawan. Bugawan now with a team best 5 points. Continues to impress.
Suarez goes to Kiel at the middle.
1 point in set 1. First point in set 2. Suarez had not much success on those quick plays given how FEU defended. Pero nakikita niya, binabantayan na yung mga wing hitters. That opens up the door for Peter Kiel, who scores his 2nd point of this match. Nahanap niya yung blockers.
Combination, and Saavedra will score.
That's the value of someone providing the decoy to isolate the opposite hitter. Lakas ang FEU, ah. Very good quality team.
They also bagged the bronze in the recently concluded V-League, defeating Ateneo in that 3rd place match.
Meron. May kakayahan.
Kelly with the serve, that's too long. And a free point given up to the Tamaraos. It will be Saavedra on deck to serve. Dolor scores off the block.
19 attack points in the first set alone. That just gives you a picture on how good the offensive weapon is this conference for Coach Cecil. And Suarez has used that to the hilt. Grabe yung ball distribution. No? Kailangan busugin mo lahat. Kailangan may touches lahat.
That's where they're getting their energy. Meanwhile, another error as De La Vega sends that long.
Second service error for De La Vega. One thing that hurt Navy in that first set was +4 in errors sila. 7 of the 20 points ng FEU galing sa errors nila.
De La Vega short on that attack.
4 touches. Not over.
And FEU takes the lead here in set number 2, which they were able to do also in the first part of set number 1.
Reaching the first technical timeout at 8-7.
Suarez upset, goes to De La
Uy,
Vega.
miss hit.
Another long attack. A while ago it was short, and then this time it went long for De La Vega.
Sa tunog pa lang, alam mo, paltok na.
Suarez, that time a clean attack, and Greg Dolor so pumped up in this game after that point. Camposano heads to the service line. Coach Cecil Cruzada looking on, but Camposano gets a service error, so the errors continue to pile up for Navy.
Just like that. Hindi lang lamang. Dalawa na ang abante rito ng FEU.
Navy able to get that point back.
That's why Greg Dolor is the leader of the pack. When they need it, he's the go-to. Suarez working really hard. Maayos na playmaker itong si Cacao. Meron pang Martinez na nakakasa as the secondary setter. Ooh. 5 errors, 6.
And again, FEU will send us to the first technical timeout, this time in set number 2.
Dip and Coach Ronnie for PGJC Navy. Joven De La Vega, also known as Toto, is back after his completed military training after 7 months. And now, as he's back in the court, he said that ball familiarization is what he is focusing on. Greg Dolor, on the other hand, is nursing a minor injury but is still playing for the heart of the game. With PGJC Navy aiming for the crown in the AFP Olympics as well, they actually have a match against Air Force tomorrow. This goes to show that their bodies are more than conditioned with the 2 competitions they are in right now. Again, the Pilipinas Live Ball app is asking who is dominating defensively. Let's go back to Coach Dip and Ronnie.
Thank you, Alexis, for that report. Navy obviously in condition, no? May laban pa sila bukas against Army.
Wala kang choice. Dadaanan mo yan kada taon.
And that's an exciting
That's why
tournament.
that's why they have been enlisted. That's one.
I know you've played, diba, Coach Ronnie, in their Olympics also. May invite kayo before?
Naglaro talaga kami. We were enlisted personnel before.
Yeah.
Oo. Nakita ko yung iba.
Iba talaga.
Patayan.
Kasi aside from the training sa volleyball, obviously meron pa silang training in their work.
Totoo yun. Totoo yun. Kaya ibang lakas nila eh.
Oo.
If you want to increase the level of your position, kailangan mag-undergo ka talaga ng training. Kaya yung mga female players, ang iksi ng buhok.
Yeah.
Nagtitrain talaga sila. Enlisted athletes.
Right.
Who are in the special services na umaangat yung position sa military.
And that's why if you see yung
AFP.
mga ibang Army players in the PVL, no, they're sporting the short hair look.
Correct, correct. Had a chance to work with even some of the PNP personnel before. Ganun din. Mapa-basketball, mapa-volleyball, and again, collegiate athletes enlisted into the AFP.
And that one, a point for Navy.
De La Vega, probably the first player to cross in double figures. Earlier, ang Navy committed 6 errors out of the first 8 points ng FEU. Tignan natin kung ninipis na yung kanilang error count dahil nasasaktan sila at nagbibigay ng maraming puntos sa green and gold.
Marcelino sets up the play. FEU with a save. Saavedra with a tough angle.
Ooh.
Free ball para sa FEU. And they go to Saavedra, but that's too long.
They dodge a bullet. There was a miscommunication between Dolor and Suarez. Makita mo, inusog ni Suarez yung teammate niya. Tabi ka muna dyan. Pero, nakuha na ni Dolor. But in that rebound play, Saavedra just could not get that ball to drop in. Up 3 now, we're tied at 10.
Way underneath the ball was Mendoza, which is why Navy gets that point and now back with the lead.
This is a 5-2 run generated by Philippine Navy after the score was pegged at 8-6. Back-to-back attack errors happening here para dito sa FEU. Uy! Labas yun.
That was picked up by Delicana. Binawi naman niya sa atake niya.
Tama, tama. Delicana, 3 points in the first set. Delicana, first point here in set 2. Delicana now with a total of 4.
I think he wanted that point, no, over the error of Navy. Suarez upset.
Ooh.
Oh, what an attack from Edward Camposano.
Yes. Thumb up to Coach Cecil. Thumb up to Owen Suarez. Once again, who provides the misdirection and freezes one of the blockers? That's Greg Dolor.
Navy back with a 1-point lead. It's De La Vega serving. That's inside for Joven De La Vega and an ace.
First game back in the Spikers turf. First player in double figures. Coach Orgulio pondering on what needs to be done. Ang sikip nung dinaanan nun.
Biglang bumaba eh. This time going for the shorter serve. Delicana scores off the block against his former FEU Tamaraw. Sila Greg Dolor and Owen Suarez.
Madami sila.
Pinadaan kay Greg Dolor.
Jesse Lopez, Ejet Mabayad, George Pascua.
Wide for Ray Delicana.
They only had 3 errors in that first set loss. Earlier, Navy gave up at least 7 of the first 9 points coming from unforced errors. Pero ngayon, ang FEU dumadami na rin. At least 4 errors para sa kanila in this set alone.
Nice serve from Camposano. The approach popped up by Camposano again, and then Marcelino turns it into a point.
What about that one-hand dig coming from Camposano? You have to be a certified two-way player. Cannot be a weak link defensively. Pati yung huling puntos, ang gulang pumalo nitong si Marcelino.
And you take a look at the service errors here in set number 2. High risk, high reward for Navy. They've had 5 errors so far in the service line and 2 for FEU.
Woo!
Steady receive. There you go, a point for Talisayan.
They called it an off-the-block point.
Great credit that first good first ball from Bryce de Guzman.
No challenge.
Babawi right away. Ito si Greg Dolor.
Pangalan pa lang, bayani na.
And we reach the second technical timeout. Navy up by 3.
halos lahat, talaga all out sa training, 100%, nagtiyaga, nagtiis. Kasi lalo na ngayon na mas dinamihan namin yung ensayo at mas hinirapan para magawa namin yung mga hindi namin nagagawa dati. Spiker's turf na to parang process din po eh. Parang dadaanan namin para maging way na mas mabuo yung system na binubuo namin.
Watch the Spikers Turf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and on any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. Ariel Cacao, the setter for the FEU Tamaraos, talking about how this tournament can specifically help them moving forward as a team.
Yes. As a team, as individuals, major competition, the highest level of competition in the country, really, if you think about it. Greg Delor, the secondary scorer, next to Joven de la Vegas, or Toto de la Vegas, 11 points.
Point for the Navy Sea Lions.
Off the block point here for the Blue Shirts. Still with a 3-point lead. First technical timeout, so FAU ahead at 8-6 since that time. 11-6 run here generated by the Sea Lions. Ooh.
Oh, what a play. Bugawan had a lot of room to work with at the middle.
At least 5 in the match for Bugawan. Loves that zero tempo play, really.
They cut the lead down to 2 points. 15 serving 17. Suarez. Check by FEU. Another try for Navy.
Oh.
Free ball ang binigay sa Tamaraos. Cacao again to Bugawan for the point.
Empty offense para dito sa Sea Lions, and Bugawan opportunistic for the second straight quick attack.
Suarez upset De La Vega. Down it goes for Joven De La Vega.
Oh, they needed that. That's Bugawan. Won 8 points after back-to-back attack points, trying to tie the count. Instead, Navy with a 2-point breathing room.
Oh, check out that last play. Joven De La Vega's 12th point of the match. Look at Bugawan. Get up there. He is on fire here in set number 2.
Excellent reception. But what about Cacao? More than holding his own against Owen Suarez in that playmaker battle sa ating unang laban. Ilang laro tayo ngayon? Apat?
Apat, Coach Ronnie. So you have 3 more after this morning's game. And Bugawan also doing it at the service line.
10 points for Bugawan. 6 dito sa ating pangalawang set. We're tied at 18.
Guys, yung play nila ngayon puro quick dito. Oh. Kailangan mo habol to. Kung kaya mo sumabay to, dito sabay ka ha. Tapos ano guys, oh. Nawala na naman tayo. Kung pwede mag-ano muna tayo. First ball muna para maka-play tayo guys. Tapos yung blockings, nawawala tayo dito sa blockings. So, kung kaya mo sumabay dito sa bayan mo ha. Tapos ready dito yung setter sa likod guys. Oh, kasi dito lang lahat yung bola. Ha?
Okay, let's go, let's go!
Napatawag ng timeout si Coach Cecil Cruzada after FEU ties this game up at 18 apiece.
Specific reminders for the rest of the Sea Lions. JP Bugawan, the biggest thorn laban sa Sea Lions here in this first set. Rallying the Tamaraos, but more than that, tying the count at 18.
Chance for FEU to take the lead.
What a save.
It's kept alive by Navy. And then the block by Mendoza. And the Tamaraos now up by 1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coach Orculio's intense reminders and telling his players, settle down. Settle down. Behind by 3, now up by 1.
But a service error for Bugawan stops the run for FEU.
Tried to go short. Ended up very short. 3-point for the Sea Lions, tied at 19.
Cacao sets up the play. Saavedra is denied. And Camposano has something to say.
Alanganin ng first ball. Good anticipation against the opposite hitter.
Oh, he gets I think he will get a warning after that one. Pinatawag si Captain Greg Dolor. This game is started at 11 a.m. but not lacking in intensity, Coach Ronnie.
Yes.
Sabi mo nga, first game, very important.
Very important.
Mahirap na maiwanan sa pool matches.
Sisingilin ka eh. At wala ka ng sukli. Kasi yun lang talaga yung bilang ng laro eh.
Both teams at 20 points apiece. Saavedra with a serve. Suarez goes to De La Vega. Kalingking will set it up. Joven again.
Oh, nice.
De Lajes able to save it. Another one for Navy. Different approach.
Did you see that adjustment from Camposano? Whereas before, he will strike the ball as hard as he could. In that last play, he had to make the adjustment. The ability to read the defense comes with a lot of playing experience, really.
Great read from Edward Camposano.
Yung hindi ka namimili ng bola talaga.
The returning Toto De La Vega after missing last open conference will serve. Oh, what a point from Adesir.
Good first ball. Able to help out Cacao. Cacao goes to a different attacker. Binigay sa open. Butas ang blockers. Tabla sa 21.
Back and forth we go. The closest it has been. That one is inside. And a service ace for Adesir. Back-to-back points for him.
Nobody moving. That was a deep zone that he attacked.
Chef on a diet. FEU Tamaraos now up by 1.
Diretso sa zone 5 yun.
Oh, no problem for Greg Dolor. He says, I'll tie this game up once again.
That was not an easy set from Suarez. Look at this.
Hirap nun.
Palayo eh.
I thought it was gonna be short.
Yes. Si Padon nandito nga pala. Closing out time. Coach Cecil with some situational or subs. That was in.
That is an ace, but a challenge, I think, will be called on the floor for FEU. Ball in, ball out.
That's Chris Silang, of course. Also used to be a part of the Spikers turf. Now a part of the coaching staff for FEU. Talented playmaker as well.
You like to see former players be part of the coaching staff in different teams.
Going full circle, so to speak.
Let's see if that service is in or out. This play will be big, Coach Ronnie. So again, here we go. Ooh. By the slightest.
Look at the color yellow and the color blue. That's safely in. Kiss the line. I saw
Yeah.
that from our vantage point.
Slightest of margins. Navy is ahead by 1, which prompts Coach Ed Orculio to call for time.
Jump serve. So kailangan, galing sa timeout, magko-control. Baka mag-short ball ha. Pakita tayo dito. Pakita ka ng long. Pag-contact, saka ka lang mag-forward. Makikita mo naman kung ano eh. Kung mahina o hard eh. O ngayon, patakin mo ngayon si Lirik dito. Diyan ka pumunta. Para may maiiwan mo siya dito sa kabila. Ha? Bahala ka kung ano papaloy mo. Kung dito ko papalo, kung sa hardcourt palo. Ito, ganun din. Kabila. Wala ang bola dyan ha. Ang bola nandito sa kabila. Sigurado kukuha yan dito. Pangala. May maiiwan sa isa.
Pagblanda sa pasa!
Hey, FEU!
Timeout called by the FEU Tamaraos as they were up by 1 point a while ago, Coach Ronnie. It was 22-21, and then a couple of points for Navy.
Camposano went for it.
Nabitin yung atake ni Saavedra.
And because they were on their heels. Kasi kinargahan eh. Coach Orculio warned his players na nung una eh baka mag-control serve. But for Camposano, it's all about the first line of offense. And his efficiency at the service line gives them 2 set points.
They're back at set point. A change for the FEU Tamaraos. Sabado and Martinez back in the game. Camposano to serve for the set. Kept alive. Good save by Camposano.
Ooh.
Villanueva unable to end it just yet. The push. Suarez, or Padon rather. Setback was the attack of Marcelino, and good defense by the FEU Tamaraos.
Saving this set, staying alive. Everybody waited with bated breath. It was an offensive block that saved that last point.
Nagpalit din pala ng players itong si Coach Cecil Cruzada, inserting Padon and Villanueva.
Yes. And that was before the 2 aces coming from Camposano.
But the finish
Linis.
from Christian Marcelino.
Linis.
They wanted to end that as soon as possible.
Delikado eh.
Pinuntahan ni Padon si Marcelino.
Pero threat kasi talaga si Dolores. Siguro, ang tinakbo ni Greg dyan, eh, umabot na sa luneta. Kanina pa, di ba?
Yeah.
But it has worked well for them. And that's the scoreline after the first 2 sets. FEU, the 2-set lead. Laban, or rather, Navy with the 2-set lead. Laban sa FEU.
Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center for the continuing coverage of the 2023 Spikers Surf Invitational Conference. Let's take a look at the highlights of set number 2, Coach Ronnie. It was a tight set in that one. FEU almost had it towards the end, but again, Navy prevailing in that set.
That's right. FEU jumping the gun on the Sea Lions, reaching the first tactical timeout once again on top by a couple of points. Once again, as like what we saw in the previous set, dito nakaarangkada ang Sea Lions. But the difference was nakabalik ang FEU at nakatabla. Unfortunately for them, excellent Camposano serving gave the Sea Lions 2 set points, which eventually na-save ng FEU yung isa. At better offense para sa FEU in that last set. More errors itong Philippine Navy, pero yung FEU ganun din, humabol sa error count pagdating doon sa bandang gitna. Those 2 aces ni Camposano was a game changer para sa team ng Sea Lions doon sa huling parte. Both teams playing hard at the net defense. This has never been an easy match para sa Philippine Navy. FEU has shown great resolve, good teamwork, a lot of individual, highly skilled players. But so far, experience and chemistry probably getting the job done here para sa Philippine Navy.
The leading scorer so far for both teams, Coach Ronnie, para sa Navy, De La Vega at the top of his game, 12 points. And grabe, yung distribution of attack yung points ng Navy.
Marami pang bala yan, pero so far yan ang ginagamit ni Suarez. De La Vega with 12, Camposano 9, Dolor 8, Marcelino with 7, Peter Kiel with a quiet 4 points.
For FEU naman, itong si Bugawan had 10 or has 10 points, was able to
siya nagpahabol
get
talaga.
A lot of those in set number 2.
Siya nagpahabol. Siya ang problema.
Dalawang atake at isang service ace. Delicana and Saavedra with 5 each. And Mendoza with 3 for FEU.
Hard, difficult.
Marcelino got that last point in set number 2 and continues his scoring ways here in this third set.
Peter Kiel scored the final point for the Sea Lions in that first set win. It was Marcelino who delivered the 25th point in that second set victory. Again, Suarez distributing the ball really well.
Cacao with the set. Denied at the net.
Best set opening para dito sa Sea Lions laban sa FEU. Alam nila, delikado kalaban eh.
Delicana able to get that good first ball. Kept alive.
Read well by Cacao.
And again, the net defense of Navy making it hard for FEU to get their attacks through.
3 kill blocks, 3 offensive blocks of the first 4 points para sa Navy. Kadalasan sa umpisa dito nag-error yung Navy eh. But not in this set.
That one is outside and finally a point for FEU here in this third set.
But what about a good head start given by Marcelino for the Sea Lions here in set 3?
Gustong unahan, no? Tapusin agad
Hindi pa
din
nila
straight
nagawa
sets.
eh. Oo, hindi pa nila nagawa.
FEU was able to get to the 8-point mark for both sets. Just unable to sustain it though after the first technical timeouts. Cacao, binalik kay Saavedra, and down it goes for Drix Saavedra.
2 chances given by Philippine Navy. FEU will not waste this one. Block off the block point for Saavedra. Saavedra now with a total of at least 7 points. To be the second leading scorer for FEU behind the 10 of Bugawan.
Back-to-back points after the 4-0 run by Navy. Make that 3 straight points after that block.
The Lions had 3 offensive blocks in their first 4 points. This is the first kill block for FEU. They had 2 in the previous set. Sa set 1, meron naman silang isa. So, 4 na rin ang total para dito sa FEU. 6 para sa Navy.
Short on that serve though.
And that diffuses a 3-point run para sa FEU, shooting themselves in the foot with that service error.
That was Talisayan. Cacao goes to the left. And denied by De La Vega.
4 offensive blocks of the first 6 points of Philippine Navy. Relying on their defense, able to shadow the wing spikers of FEU. Nababasa nila na mas mabuti si Cacao. Cacao not going to his middle hitters and going to the back row plays.
Again, it's a block party for the Navy Sea Lions.
Nakaabang sa open. Naka-ambush sa opposite. And that has been key para dito sa Sea Lions here in the set.
Unti-unti nang nasasagot yung ating Pilipinas live poll question. Who will dominate the blocking department? And Navy is imposing that dominance here.
Yung unfamiliarity kasi nandun eh. The element of surprise belongs to FEU, being the team from the collegiate ranks.
Good coverage by Suarez. Kept alive. Camposano, high ball on the second touch. Good intention just outside for Talisayan.
And when you have the chance to score in that situation, you have to nail it. Instead, they fall behind by 5, reaching the first technical timeout, down at 8-3.
Dip and Coach Ronnie, I actually learned that this is not the first time that these two teams are facing each other. They've gone through a series of tune-up games, kaya naman familiar sila sa isa't isa when it comes to their movements. And you know what? I got to talk to FEU Captain Ball Jeff Abunyawan, and he shared to me that their team's primary goal is to show on court what they have trained for right after the V-League. For 2 months, they conditioned themselves to rise to better ranks for this competition and, of course, to arm their skills for the preparation of UAAP. For now, they're relying on their greatest team value, which is brotherhood, which makes them a team worth watching. Our Pilipinas Live Ball app is almost ending, so go ahead and answer our Spikers Ball, who is dominating in blocking. Let's go back to Dip and Coach Ronnie.
Thank you, Alexis, for that report. And for FEU, no? Again, 2 months under Coach Ed Orculio, but they're facing a very strong team in Navy, but they're not even falling that far behind in this game.
First time na lumamang ng over 4 points ng Navy. At every time lalamang naman sila, nakakabalik din naman agad ang FEU. Yung recovery, yung ability to recover at not fall behind by a big margin, mahalaga yan.
Bugawan will serve. Oh, that's an ace.
8-3. Now it's 8-6. Mabuti, maganda yung puhunan dito ng Navy. Napatayo na si Coach Cecil dahil si Bugawan na naman nala sa service line.
He also had an ace. Heard us. He got an ace in set number 2. His run ends here after that error.
Pang-pito from the service line. Coming from the #1 scorer of FEU after this point of the match.
De La Vega leading the way for the Navy Sea Lions. 15 points on 11 attacks, 3 blocks, and a service ace to his name.
Galing dumipensa ni Kalingking, ano? Oh!
Yun yung hindi nila na kuha last conference because Jack Kalingking was not with them. Meanwhile,
Suarez appears hurt. Saktan.
not a good sight to see for Owen Suarez. And I think it was a non-contact injury as well.
Oo, yung left leg or left knee.
So let's take a look at that play once again. Oh,
Pag pihit eh, di ba?
I think natapilok. His left ankle rolled.
Talaga, yun ang nakita mo.
Parang ganun eh. Kasi he already landed after that set. Akala ko dun sa set pa lang kasi mataas yung talon niya.
Dalawa, tatlong pihit eh, di ba?
Hoping kasi na makuha ni Dolor yung bola.
Yes. So, Padon is also a very able playmaker.
Yun yung pinag-uusapan nila dun sa bench. Right now, sabi ni Celis, yung kanilang isang libero, it happened dun sa reaction niya.
Ito, it happens na they have lost grip of their 5-point lead. Advantage is just down to a solitary possession lead para dito sa Sea Lions.
So we know at least that it's not the knee.
Masawag tuhod.
Oo.
Oo, maski ano.
We'll possibly get an update later from Alexis Tinsay. Meanwhile, Camposano will shoulder the scoring load. The change in center as well.
Basag yung triple block. Camposano over the double block. Camposano also nearing the double digit or hitting the double digit level at with 10 points.
Si Padon ang magiging main setter ngayon ng Navy. He gives it to the back row coverage for De La Vega. Marcelino goes up and down it goes.
Back row De La Vega. Nasagot. Open Marcelino. Hindi mo na maibalik. Hindi pa nasa 5 yung kalamangan but better than a 1-point advantage. Once again, offensive arsenal in full throttle even with Padon inside in lieu of Owen Suarez.
Cacao.
Ooh.
What a hit. Adesir
Adesir.
also had that
Crucial point in set 2. Punong-puno rin ng husay ng opensa ni Coach Orculio.
Marcelino had to step back a little.
Yes.
Cacao. Galing sa likod sa Avedra.
Swerte naman yun.
Had to extend. Pero nga lang, merong net violation.
Nila na. Pagbalik nun, dali na sila. Pero Dolor, clipping the net.
And now it's just a 1-point lead for the Sea Lions.
Na naman. Akit sa 3, baba sa 1.
Glenn Adesir with the serve. 1-2 play for Padon works.
A taller setter definitely between himself and Suarez. Good read by Padon. Mahusay ito. Kita mo yung difference sa length nila ni Owen. First point here for Padon. 2-point advantage for Navy.
Cacao goes middle. De La Vega able to chase.
Good
Free
save by
ball.
Dolor.
Binigay ni Marcelino. Again! Gustong bumawi ni Cacao. Unable to do the same thing. And Marcelino with a cross-court kill.
2 good saves here for Navy on defense. The veteran unit working harder. 2-point run increases their advantage to 3. This is a good pool, where these two teams are.
Yep.
Pool
This
D.
joining them also as an ace for the Navy Sea Lions.
Sino mga kasama? Alpha Omega. Basilan. RTU Basilan. Ikaw na nga.
Bailey Hotels at Centro Mall.
Yung setter na panimula nila eh. Ngayon paano siniset yung bola? Inaangat-angat lang. Ngayon paano siniserve? Kumukuha lang ng target. Ikabahin natin yung receive. Ngayon nagkabalikan. Dali mo siya dito mag-isa para maiwan mag-isa sa Padon. Ha? Dito ka, sa 4 ka pupunta. Tapos back off.
Bryce sila.
Dito sa kabila. Tara.
Okay, sila. Show.
Hey, FEU!
Biboy!
And we have tweets
Pwede.
from our social media watching the Spikers turf, yung FEU, supporters of them a while ago. Ganda ng jersey ng FEU dito sa Spikers turf, ha? Sabi ng at UST Cherry, so kahit taga UST siya, admiring the jersey
Gusto
of
ko
FEU.
yung cooking while watching. Pwede.
Gan-
Sunday
Ano,
lunch eh.
brunch.
Sunday lunch eh.
Oh, lunchtime na.
Lunch na. Oh.
Sarap naman nun. Kailangan yun kasi nga, it's a long day of volleyball.
Quadruple header. Nice. From 11. Sige nga, add mo.
3 points.
Okay. Oh!
Service error para kay Lyric Mendoza.
That's got to hurt.
Sean Padon also coming from the FEU program. And touch called kay Marcelino.
Second one of the set. 3 point given up by Navy. Sabi natin kanina, best finish ng Sea Lions, third place in the 2022 Open Conference. Last time they played, they ended up 6th. Overreach.
Overreach called on Talisayan as we reach the second technical timeout. Navy up by 4.
Kulang namin communication kasi andun na yung skills namin eh. So pagsasama-samahin na lang. So ang nagiging problema kasi minsan is yung ano talaga, yung paano magko-communicate yung anim and then yung nasa labas din. So dapat ready lahat talaga yung katawan, tas ready yung mindset ng bawat isa.
Watch the Spikers Turf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and on any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. Navy Sea Lions looking good, on pace to win in straight sets. Let's see if FEU can come up with a run.
Another net touch. Third in the set.
All sets so far, no? Mas maraming errors itong Navy Sea Lions.
Pero, meron silang 4 na double-digit players offensively. Ganyan ang karga ng opensa nila. Grabe. 4 players accounting for 45 points with 44 attack points between themselves. 33 attack points between themselves.
Meanwhile, play continues. Kalingking.
Tight.
Oh, that's tough. And an error. So back-to-back points para sa FEU. You mentioned the 4 double-digit scores for Navy coach Ronnie. De La Vega with 15. Camposano with 10. Dolor and Marcelino with 10 points as well.
Sa kabila naman, alam ko si Bugawan na nauna. Tignan natin kung si Saavedra at Delicano ay susunod na.
We haven't seen much of Delicana, no? In this set. Or this entire set, actually, after a good start. Navy ends a 2-point back-to-back points by FEU.
Designated server coming in shortly. Pagulong.
Paige Pagulong will be the one to serve para sa Navy. I think what they are signaling as we check the lineup, the jersey number of Pagulong or the official lineup is 10. But he's wearing a jersey number 2 right now. So that's the technicality that we're looking at. Because I was also checking the lineup. Sino ba yung pumasok? Pagulong is actually number 10 on the list. But he's wearing a number 2. I don't know how this will work. Kung tatakpan lang ba nila. But you like the positivity.
Ang tawag dyan inside, outside.
Pumasok lang saglit, no? Tapos
Hindi, mabuti ng gano'n kaysa ma-technicality ka talaga dun sa resulta ng laro. Diba?
At matagal-tagal nakatutok sa kanya yung camera. Yun ang ngayon.
Yes, saka mabilis yung reaction ng ating mga tech officials.
Right, no, they saw it right away. So maybe next game, no, he'll have to change his jersey or they'll change the lineup officially. That lull ends up with a service error for Navy.
Kaya nga gusto sana ni Coach Cecil si Pagulong yung magsaserve.
Yep. 15 serving 17. Play resumes. Padon back sets. Violation again for Navy.
Too many.
And just like that, Chef on a Diet FEU Tamaraos are down by just 1 point. Tatawag ng timeout si Coach Cecil Cruzada.
Regroup muna tayo guys kasi nawala na naman tayo. Ha? Kailangan nating lumamang ulit dyan ng malayo. Oh. Bigay muna tayo ng magandang receipt para makasitsi siya ng maganda. Ha guys? Tapos kailangan natin mag-block ulit tayo. Ha? Usap tayo ulit. Parang nagbago tayo kasi pinalitan si si Owen. Nagbago yung mood natin doon.
Wala yan. Momentum na ulit.
In that huddle, Coach Cecil asking her team to regroup. She feels like there was a slight change nung pinasok na si Padon to replace the injured Owen Suarez.
Hindi na kasi nila nakukuha yung bolang gusto nila. That's one. But more than that, yung efficiency sa kanilang receive. Critical din para kay Padon.
Actually, Owen Suarez is already standing on the bench of Navy. Parang pinapagpag lang niya yung kanyang left ankle.
Given the schedule that we have here na halos every play date lalaro ka. I-rotate mo yan 24, 6 pools, diba? 4 games per play date.
So you need all the players.
Healthy players.
Healthy players, that is. Point for FEU, and they cut the lead down to just 1 point again. Yep.
No quit in FEU.
17 serving 18. Drix Saavedra serving for the Tamaraos. Padon had to chase. Camposano short on the attack, and we are tied at 18 all.
16-12 was the count. 16-14 was the count rather dun sa second technical timeout. Tuwing lalayo, makakabalik.
Actually, 16-12.
16-12, tama pala.
So, umabol na. Camposano wanted that so bad.
Grabe yung may babaw sa bola.
I heard him say, akin na.
There was also the demand by Coach Cecil earlier to work harder sa kanilang blocking.
Cacao sets up the play. Marcelino, oh! Almost a save by Kalingking. Tumama lang sa antena.
Tied at 19.
And not giving up on that play was Jack Kalingking. Close set here in the third. Good first ball. Padon goes middle. Good defense played by De Guzman. chance for FEU. Kakao goes open.
Oh.
But that's outside para kay Talisayan.
Saavedra wanted it. But Kakao saw that the blockers was on to Saavedra. Went the opposite side. Last could not get that diagonal to drop in.
Navy first to the 20-point mark.
But FEU just a point away.
Captain Greg Dolor to serve. De Guzman was not sure if that was going to go out. Instead, picked it up. Balik sa FEU. Back row attack. Popped up by Dolor. Play continues. Kakao with the bump. Talisayan. Yes!
Better transition plays here for FAU. Kiela had his chance, could not finish that play.
Tied at 20 all. Another deadlock here in the third set.
Abunyawan, first time to play. Designated server in lieu of Mendoza.
He's actually the captain.
Tama, binanggit ni Alexis kanina sa atin.
Important serves. Galing sa likod, Camposano.
Padon going to the back row play. Camposano delivering the crucial points here for Philippine Navy. 12 para kay Camposano. De La Vega kasi 8 na agad, first set pa lang.
1 point lead. Combination works. And Talisayan has been doing the scoring for FEU.
Late here in this third set. Still tied at 21. Isolated. Unguarded.
Benny Martinez was able to draw the blockers of Navy. Tignan natin kung babawi. Nilipat kay Marcelino. And he puts it away.
Navy looking to go 2 in a row. Para hindi palitan. But FEU just able to deflate the pressure.
Yeah, a 2-point lead in this stage would already be huge.
Oo.
Cushion para sa Navy. Pero itong FEU may sagot.
Galing ng first ball. And again, Kakao has really been playing so well.
Nip and tuck action. FEU responding to every point of Navy. And Talisayan will be the one to serve. 22 all. Set number 3. Padon. De La Vega.
Chance for FEU.
Chance indeed to take the lead. Kalingking will chase. Keeps it alive. Boy Pambola, Saavedra. Good defense by Navy.
Oh, tight.
It's still good. Scrambling players for the Sea Lions. And it turns into an error para kay Saavedra. What an effort for the Navy Sea Lions, Coach Ronnie.
Even for FEU. But definitely that point was for FEU's taking.
Yeah.
That call will be challenged, but tama ka. Tremendous double effort coming from the Sea Lions. Not offense, but defense getting the job done for them if they get this last point.
Jack Kalingking sacrificing his body.
So, hindi lang isa, hindi lang dalawa. Tatlong ulit.
Pinanggana yung mga A-board eh. Pero tumayo pa rin and then they were able to save another point. Saavedra went for the attack. They felt like there's a touch and tama naman sila.
Wow!
Successful challenge for the FEU Tamaraos. Coach Ed lets out a smile as his team is up 23-22. The tables have turned. Earlier in set 2, lamang yung FEU 22-21. And then Navy.
Umarangkada sa dulo.
Yep. Let's see if they can do it again here in the third to finish it off. Pinuntahan na si Joven De La Vega.
Disallowing FEU from holding a set point. Ties the count at 23 of the block point here, delivered by the Sea Lions. Mahirap din para kay Padon, ano?
He had to come in sa gitna
Ito,
ng
hindi
third
na
set.
situational to eh. Ooh. Set point for FEU.
Will we see an extension? It all depends on this play. Mendoza replaces the captain, Abunyawan.
Who's on the service line?
Bugawan, who had a couple of service aces already.
Dalawang aces ito.
All-important serve, 24-23. It's in. Padon goes to Dolor.
Bilis.
High percentage attack from the captain.
And once again, Camposano showing us his maturity. Dati, sumasala. Minsan, nagiging weak link. Pero ngayon, hindi na.
Ganda ng receive niya
Yes, yes.
Delivering.
Alam niya eh.
For the perfect set of Padon to Dolor. Muntik pang
Muntik na.
mabilisan yun. Kakao. And FEU responds with the attack from Saavedra. Second set point for FEU.
You're correct. This is the most in terms of pressure that the Sea Lions have felt from FEU. We're down by as much as 5 points here in the third set.
Huge serve coming from Saavedra. Kalingking, steady pickup. Dolor again. It's kept alive. Chance here for FEU. They go Kakao. The finish. It's inside, and FEU extends this to set number 4.
Tremendous fight back here coming from the green and gold. Finally, they are able to hit pay dirt. Owen Suarez went down with an ankle sprain. Padon tried to close it out para sa Navy, but it just would not happen for them in the previous set. Instead, we're looking at the fourth set, and that's about to happen soon.
The Paco Arena Events and Sports Center for the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. And we have an extension. Set 3 highlights. We mentioned the closest it has been, and then the switch. Even Coach Cecil Cruzado already pointed it out.
Naramdaman na niya eh. Bago pa lang mangyari, naramdaman na niya eh. And that letdown happened during that major rally thrown at them by FEU. In fact, Navy committed a total of 11 unforced errors, the most in any set. And that hurt them, especially dun sa midpoint na nawalan sila ng traction dun sa kanilang kalamangan na 5. At nung nakadikit ng FEU, kahit na lamang ng isa yung Navy dun sa dulo, by tumaas ang kumpiyansa ng young turns ni Coach Orculio. And for the first time in this match, they will be able to get 1 point better in terms of attack points. Those skill blocks of Philippine Navy, 4 dun sa unang 6 na puntos nila galing sa offensive blocks. Dun sa dulo, na hinahanapan na sila ni Coach Cecil, hindi na nila nagawang ma-shutdown. At Kakao, once again, we have to point out that his excellence at that playmaking role enabled itong FEU to beat that net defense ng Navy. And also their steadiness at the service line was key as to why this match is heading to this coming fourth set.
Right, the composure of FEU.
Lumabas, no?
Nung services nila, very important, and they were able to deliver it towards the end of that set number 3.
Saka yung challenge call na yon na went in their favor was also critical. Talking about Saavedra
yung check
of the block point.
Yung check nun kay Saavedra.
Kasi kala ko talaga labas eh.
Well, let's see how Navy will respond. It will still be Sean Padon as the setter for the Sea Lions. Set number 4 underway. Dip Yanko, Coach Ronnie Magsanok, Alexis Tinsa, your broadcast team for this match. And first point goes to FEU, courtesy of Mendoza.
Manteado ang opposite. Binalik sa open. Mendoza activated as the middle hitter, scores the first point for FEU. Hindi kasi bumabagsak ang balikat ng FEU, maski nalalamangan eh, no?
They like the matchup here against Navy.
Mataas ang paniniwala sa mga sarili. Kaya na with a total of 5 points.
And I think it adds, no, na they're facing FEU seniors, mga mas
tama.
Veterans sa kanila who also played for their school. That's added motivation. 1-all is the score here. Kakao inangat kay Saavedra. It's back with FEU. Padon goes middle, and that drops for Peter Kiel.
The first time I've seen Peter Kiel get 2 consecutive touches. Kiel now with at least 6 points. 4 players in double figures. Did not close it out in 3 sets. Now they go into a fourth. 2 straight points here for the Blue Shirts on top by 1.
That one short.
Mendoza scored the first point earlier for the green and gold. Now he gives up a 3rd straight point for the Sea Lions.
Change for Coach Ed Orculio as he inserts Ray Sabanal. Service error para kay Marcelino.
They gave up 11 of the 25 points of FEU in the previous set. That's almost 50% of the total output ng FEU.
Balik naman para sa FEU. The player that just checked in, Sabanal, a bit cold off the bench.
Masakit sa Navy doon sa 3rd set yung ace na naibigay nila, no? Ogawan once again comes into the picture. First player in double figures for FEU. Ended the 3rd set with 12 points, now with 13. De La Vega, meanwhile, continues to be the top scorer for Navy at 16 points.
Padon upset. The drop picked up by Saavedra. Back row from Talisayan, and it's outside point for FEU.
Talisayan also was a key personnel or a key player for FEU's comeback in the 3rd set. Major points in the closing part of that set for FEU.
4-all in set number 4. Padon. Medyo mababa para kay Dolor. Kalingking sets.
Baba.
And FEU takes the lead. De La Vega popped up by De Guzman. Safe into the court of Navy, but Camposano puts it away.
Camposano almost won it para sa Navy dun sa 3rd set. Dun lumabas talaga yung pagiging national player niya. Depensa, opensa. Now he has to do a lot more work here in the 4th set dahil iba na yung kumpiyansa ang pinapamalas ng FEU.
Saavedra able to get that point back.
Deadly. Second player in double figures for FEU. The lefty delivers once again for the Tamaraws.
Padon upset. Oh, good drop. Camposano has been reading the defense well of FEU.
De Guzman has also played well here as the libero for FEU. This was beaten that last sequence on this drop coming from Camposano. Nakita niya yung butas. Patay na bola. Pancake late. Tied at 6.
Bugawan scores.
Even with the delay, the blockers were not there. Bugawan's lethal plays at the middle. Once again, helping FEU to a 1-point lead. Bilis kasi pumalo.
Serving for FEU, 7-6. They go to Talisayan.
Technical timeout reach here in the fourth set. Just like in the first two sets, FEU stays ahead at 8-6.
Dip and Coach Ronnie for PGJC Navy, who was too stunned to speak with FEU's hip back last set. Coach Cecil Cruzada mentioned in their huddle how their energy back in the first set must be reintegrated with this fourth set. Kalimutan na ang third para makapag-reset ngayon. Initially, Coach Cecil has been banking on defense given that FEU indeed has strong wingers. That is why keeping PGJC's momentum is priority right now. And with that, the Pilipinas Live app Spikers Ball has come to a close. The question was which team will dominate in blocking. The FEU Tamaraws received 45% of votes while PGJC Navy won with 55%. For now, I will let Coach Ronnie and Dip talk about the poll results. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Alexis, for the update and the report. Pilipinas Live viewers have spoken. Coach Ronnie, 55% daw for Navy.
Pero hindi pa tayo natatapos. So pwede pang magbago yan.
Yun lang.
Dahil ang FEU nagbago at gustong baguhin ang tema ng laro. Alam mo, hindi ko nabanggit kanina dun sa third set na pagkatalo ng Sea Lions. Dun sa 11 errors nila. At least 4 dun, net touch.
Yeah.
Diba? Saka yung crossing the line na isa ni Greg Dolor. At yun ay
unforced errors talaga.
Unforced error. No play happened. Diba? Just a free point given up. Service ace from Greg Dolor. Looking to recalibrate. Reset, sabi ni Ai kanina. Coach Cecil, mag-iba na yung itsura dito. Alam niya, delikado kalaban ng FEU. Quality team.
Dolor able to get that service ace. Let's see if they can build on that. Padon to De La Vega.
First touch in a long while for De La Vega.
Camposano was there for the pickup. Chance for FEU. Talisayan, and that is outside.
Kabyos lang, no? Pero bihirang mangyari kay Talisayan. Tied at 9. 3 straight points here by FEU.
Tabla tayo, 9-all.
Oo, Greg Dolor trying to pump life here para dito sa Sea Lions na kanina naungusan ng Young Turks ng FEU.
checked at the net. They go back to Talisayan. De La Vega with a dig. Isa pa for FEU. Talisayan again, down the line.
Cacao, keeping faith on Talisayan. Defense of the Sea Lions shifted to the other side, freeing up Talisayan. And a post. And will score and give back the lead once again for FEU. Up by 1 at 10-9. Solid na bata ito. Oh!
Nabitin. That was a short serve from Cacao. Deadlock once again, 10-all. Padon with the serve.
Off the block. Oh, that was long. That was Sabanal.
Yep. Flat was his attack, and Padon, the setter off the bench, will be the one to serve. And a miscue on the part of FEU.
6-2 run here para dito sa Sea Lions, generated by Dolor and Padon from the service line. Now reception problems hounding FEU. But the first 3 sets, every time they're down, they're able to rise and come back.
2-point lead. And they respond. Finally, Sabanal connects.
Pinabawi ni Cacao.
You like that from the setter,
Yes,
no?
yes, kailangan yan. Kasi pag ginuto mo na sa touches, bababa rin talaga ang kumpiyansa.
8 points on 8 attacks para kay Jelord Talisayan. Padon, inangat kay De La Vega, and down it goes for Joven De La Vega.
17 for De La Vega. Still the main scorer for the Blue Shirts. Pero mula nung si Suarez ay nasaktan, nabawasan ang kanyang mga touches.
Slowly though, Sean Padon settling in.
Oh, mahirap yung nangyari sa kanya eh.
Kumbaga hindi intentional yung
Patapos na yun.
yung pagpasok sa kanya.
Overreach call. Are they going to challenge that?
Oh, they wouldn't. So point will stay with the FEU Tamaraos. Sabanal waiting for his turn to serve. "12 serving 13 here in set number 4. Sa gitna.
Simple play.
Kiel found an opening. That was too big of a gap.
5 players in double figures for the highly favored team of the Sea Lions. But FE is only down by 2. Hindi mo maipagpag.
Adesir scores off the block.
Off Greg Dolor. FEU's young guns, unperturbed, not intimidated at all by the big name players across.
They go back to De La Vega, down the line.
Padon able to connect with De La Vega here in the 4th set. 2-point lead for the Sea Lions. Can they protect this and win this match in 4 sets?
"15-13 is the score. Inangat ni Cacao, Adesir. Naibalik sa FEU.
Ooh.
I've seen his older brother do the same thing.
Ay. Clipped the net, rolled out. Free point given up by Camposano.
"14 serving 15. It's Glenn Adesir serving for FEU. Padon.
Oh, off timing, no problem. Long enough to beat the defense. Good enough to build a 2-point lead, reaching the second technical timeout.
Since andito na po lahat ng mga professional teams, club teams, siyempre yung pinaka-goal ng team namin is makuha yung championships. Pero bago yun, gagawin po namin yung step by step, kumbaga, makapasok sa quarterfinals, sa semis, and siyempre sa championship. Tinatawag sa tama raw na be brave, yung laging matapang sa court, and yung papakita namin yung angas namin.
Watch the Spikers Surf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and on any device. Download and subscribe now. Or watch via PilipinasLive.com. Teng Bugawan sharing his thoughts on being a Tamaraw. He's now at the service line after that point. Wala kay Talisayan. He's got 14 to his name. Talisayan scores another one. He ties the game up at 16 all.
Dito nagdelikado kanina yung si Lion sa ganitong part ng third set.
Short serve. Well, Marcelino has been checked in the past couple of attempts.
And this is where Padon's creativity is challenged right now. Sa mga panahon na bantayado yung pinupuntahan mong wing spikers, kanino ka pwede? Back row plays na nakita natin sa first set, hindi nangyari, no?
Yeah.
Hindi lumilitaw. Now they're down by 2.
Now up by 2.
Coach Cecil sees the red flag. This was 16-14. 4 straight points given up by Philippine Navy.
Sino? Tatlo kayo?
Mars.
Dalawa lang sila. Ang gagawin na lang natin guys, hirapan tayo sa dalawang blocks. Mag-3 blocks tayo. Try muna natin. Ha? Mag-3 blocks muna tayo ngayon. Tapos yung ano na lang, sugo dito sa drop ball at saka ano. Ha? Kahirapan tayo sa double block ngayon eh. Kunin muna natin. Pag makuha natin, tuloy-tuloy natin. Pero kung ano, balik tayo sa dalawa.
Headset tayo.
Pads, pads.
Good receive ulit, ha?
Kailangan ka dyan.
Navy!
More tweets over on social media at Carlo17. Bigatin din pala ang lineup ng Navy. At Yoyo Best Boy says, ang sweet magsalita ng coach ng Navy.
Mukhang Ilongga si Coach Cecil. Eh,
Oh,
diba?
Lenzo 0819 says, yes, extended. Parang nag-send lang ng extension promo, eh, no?
Pero ang holiday, hindi extended. Ha? Next week pa.
Send extended to, ano ba yun, 2366. Well, let's see if FEU will continue their ways here and force a fifth set. Coach Cecil Cruzada urging itong si Pads to wake up
Yes,
because
yes.
the team needs him.
Tight.
Left touch.
He was right there. He was right there to give them a 3-point lead. Good break here para sa Sea Lions. Score should read 18-17, I believe.
Dolor with the serve.
Woo!
Outside for Sabanal. And quickly Coach Ed will insert itong si Lyric Mendoza to replace Ray Sabanal. Deadlock at 18 all.
Nice play. That was Mendoza, fresh entry. Restores a 1-point lead. Ang haba eh. And Coach Cecil paid tribute to the blockers of FEU earlier. Mag-drop pag kailangan. Talking to Padon specifically.
Hindi na pwede mabawi yung mga sagot sa Pilipinas live poll eh, no?
Dagdagan.
FEU pwede nang...
Oo.
They're adding to their blocks. Kakao goes to Talisayan, who has been delivering the goods for FEU.
And Kakao showing us his confidence in Talisayan. Samuel again, Talisayan helping out FEU in the last two sets. 2-point lead, 16-12. Second technical timeout. Since that time, 8-2 run by FEU.
J-Lord Talisayan now with 11 points in the game.
Di na
And the
lumulusot.
blocking continues.
Di na lumulusot pati combination plays. Behind by 3 later in the fourth.
Timeout called by the Navy Sea Lions.
Pagod may pumapalo, akala natin patay na. Pag bumalik ang bola, walang nagko-cover. Okay? Kung hindi kayo guys mag-ano dyan, magtrabaho, matatalo tayo dito. Mahirapan tayo sa 5 set. Pads! Pads! Kailangan natin yung fast play. Hindi pwedeng taas-taas lang. Kasi nakaabang sila lahat doon. Receive tayo sa Jack.
There's a lot of pressure right now on Sean Padon, replacing Owen Suarez, who tweaked his ankle a while ago. It's up to him to take on this challenge.
Look at Talisayan's scoring explosion. None in the first, 1 point in set 2, 3 points in set 3, 8 points here in set number 4 for a total of 12 points. So, second leading scorer behind Bugawan.
But Coach Cecil from that timeout wants faster sets from Padon. Let's see how he can respond. Over-received. 3-point pa para kay Talisayan to make it 13.
After timeout, they gave up another point.
But they will challenge for a net touch.
Yes.
It's always nice to see yung reaction ng player, no? Kung confident ba siya na hindi niya nahawakan
Sa akin,
yung net.
at this stage, kailangan lang nila makapag-usap makabreak. Kasi 16-12.
That was a huge
9-2 run.
That was a comfortable cushion for them.
Hindi na sila makabuta sa opensa nila, hindi makapatay. At ang depensa ng FEU, pati floor defense, is better at this stage laban sa Philippine Navy. Remember that Owen Suarez was in cruise control in this match.
Clean in that play, no net touch. It was actually the ball that
clipped the net.
Yeah.
Parang high five pa na lumabas yun.
Navy find themselves behind by 3 points or 4 points now after that one.
Biggest deficit ito para sa kanila all match long.
Back row from Camposano is short.
That was the first back row play since set 2. Owen Suarez is going to return.
De La Vega will sit with Padon. Can Suarez answer the call? We know he's hurt.
Yes.
But he will play through. Tignan natin anong gagawin ng Navy. Suarez goes to Villanueva. And And FEU continuing to score.
Honestly, at this stage of the set, hindi pwede placing na tira. Kailangan talaga
Baon
patay
eh,
kung
no?
patay. O, kasi ibang depensa ng FEU. And they paid dearly for that.
And confidence is definitely skyrocket for FEU, but a service error allows Navy some room.
Pero imagine, 6-0 run pala yun, no? From
Yeah.
18 all.
They don't want to force the issue on Owen Suarez. Or maybe they will save him.
Dami kong nakita ng mga players na naglaro sa PNBF Challenge Cup dati. Ganda talaga pag tuloy-tuloy.
Nandito na sila ngayon, no?
Yes.
And the finish.
Ayan, tuloy-tuloy nga. From 18 all, 7-1 later on here para sa FEU.
Lyric Mendoza sending this to a 5th set.
Boom.
Emphatic kill.
Confidence is up. Totally different contest is what we're seeing. Race to 15 in the 5th and final set coming up. Kung kayo'y nanonood kanina in the first 2 sets, all the way to the midpoint of the 3rd set, akala nyo na-close out na ng Navy itong laban na to, but FEU had other plans, had other things in mind. Major fight back in the 3rd set. Extended one at that. They win it, they send it into a 4th set. Sa 4th set, lumamang. Lamang si Lions. Kumakapit ang FEU, pilit bumabalik. Every time they're down, we've mentioned it time and again, they're able to rise and fight back. Initially, bumalik na yung tikas ni Toto de la Vega. Unfortunately, doon sa midpoint, after the score was pegged at 16-12, reaching the second technical timeout, FEU changed to another gear. Net defense, floor defense, better offense, transition plays, all those things put together. Suddenly, from a 16-12 count, FEU will win the set at 25-19. 13-3 run after being down at 16-12. Plus 8 in attack points. Plus 3 in blocks. Yung kanilang ace count na binigay sa Navy, nangyari yan sa umpisa. Kahit mas maraming errors ang FEU sa Navy, yung offense nila was definitely very hard to guard para sa Navy. Suarez is opening up the 5th set here para sa Navy. Can they survive the FEU fight back and win their first match?
That is the question.
Walang hindi sa poll yun, ha? Hindi sa poll.
Added yun dahil nag-extend tayo. So we welcome you all to the 5th and final set.
120 Chinek ko. 15 points na ang Navy sa 3rd set. It's already, 12-20. 104.
Nag-extend talaga.
Kinayod ng FEU. Hindi lumaylay, umangat ang kanilang laro. But it also helped that Suarez was out
Yeah.
for a set and a half para sa team ng Sea Lions. Looking to salvage the 5th set. Isa lang naman na importante, makuha mo yung panalo. And this is a quality team. Kanina pa natin sinasabi ito. Talking about FEU.
And we get our first 5th setter in the Invitational Conference. Thank you for joining us this Sunday over on Pilipinas Live and on One Sports Plus. Dip Dipiaco with Coach Ronnie Magsanok.
Very tricky yung tournament format talaga.
And also our third member of the panel is Alexis Tinsay. Binalik na si Owen Suarez. I think the signal when he exited no set 4 was that ipahinga na lang muna siya.
Na okay siya.
Sasagad na sa 5th, yeah.
Probably chinek muna nila kung okay siya talaga.
Yeah.
Okay naman.
First point goes to Navy. So after going up 2 sets to none, itong Navy Sea Lions, FEU with a fight back with 2 straight sets of their own. And a point to respond courtesy of Jelord Talisayan.
Grabe. 0, 1, 2. Then with 9 points. Emerged as the second leading scorer for them with 13 points. Just 1 point behind Bugawan. Na kanina pa nasa 10 points, di ba,
Yeah.
si Bugawan? Grabe yung tulong nitong si Talisayan.
Suarez, set up jab.
Watch out.
Cacao. Saavedra with the emphatic kill.
Again, the blocking of the Sea Lions is nowhere to be found. Sapida late entry. So kung hindi ka makakablock at hindi ka makakatulong sa floor defense, would rather play small, and that's what we're seeing right now here para sa Philippine Navy.
Navy also has to make things easier para kay Suarez not to have to chase the ball, no? Dahil nga,
Tulad yan.
there you go.
De La Vega nearing the 20-point level, but more than that, ties the count at 2 apiece.
Serve there from Sapida, who's now in the game. And FEU again with a point.
Can't do anything about that. Saavedra now with a total of 14 points. 2 of the first 3 points here in this set coming from Saavedra.
So far, balikan lang tayo ng puntos dito.
Pero hanga ako kay Cacao. Very steady. 5th set na ito, ah.
Suarez back sets De La Vega, denied by Adesir.
Single block. Reading. Owen Suarez giving their teammate 2-point lead. Look at Coach Cecil.
FEU not letting up.
Hindi maganda yung laro nila eh. Napakaganda lang ng pinapakita ng Navy ng first 2 sets talaga. Oh!
Outside for Mendoza.
Who was a key figure in those in that 4th quarter comeback para sa team ng FEU. Down at 16-12, winning that set. 25-19.
Again, this is gonna be a quick one. Race to 15.
Mabilis naman yung laban kahit umabot ng 5 eh.
Wala pang attack points yung Navy in this set, by the way. And Adesir continues to fire.
The blocking of the Sea Lions leaves much to be desired. Pag wala kang blocking, asa ka sa floor defense. And the way FEU is striking the ball, hindi mo na may mabubuhay eh.
14 points para kay Drix Saavedra. Suarez to De La Vega.
De La Vega getting his touches late. De La Vega now with 20 points. Campasanong nabawasan ng mga bigay sa pagbalik ni Suarez. Doesn't matter. Para kay Campasano, all he wants is for his team to win and get to the top of the leaderboard. Dahil unang laro ito, pangatlo pa lang ito na laban sa Spikers Turf.
Adesir again. That's a high ball, but it's still playable. Credit that to Jack Kalingking and the chase from De La Vega. Adesir is blocked.
Look at the effort of Suarez. But what about Jack Kalingking? And that's why this young man is a national player. That was Suarez with that offensive block. Down to now tied at 5 here in the 5th and final set.
What a warrior Owen Suarez is, even falling to the ground. Nasaktan na yan kanina. In set number 3, Greg Dolor gives Navy the lead.
Rinig na rinig mo, pagbalik ng bola, palo. Down at 5-3, on top by a solitary point at 6-5. Over ball, over received, leading to that free point for the captain, Greg Dolor.
First taste of the lead here in the 5th. Steady service para kay Camposano. Adisir has been a go-to. Marcelino. Pagkakataon para sa FEU. Suarez sets up the play. De Guzman with a good defense. It's kept alive. Long rally. And Marcelino ends it.
The drama continues. Suddenly, yung ball distribution, mas hirap ng basahin ng FEU. Kanina puro balik. Return to sender. Check. Contain. 5-3 was the count earlier. This is a 4-0 run generated by the Navy Sea Lions. Coach Herculio calls time.
Kailangan maghiwalay tayo. May running ka, di ba? May running ka doon. Meron ko dito, meron ko sa gitna, meron ko dito sa pipe. May iwan. Tulad dyan, baka akala dyan misreceive. Tuloy mo yung play. Tapos habol natin. Ang kailangan lang natin, tumaas yung bola kahit hindi umabot sa saktong pinag-usapan natin. Basta tumaas sa gitna. Tapos gawa natin ang paraan. Pari, okay? Isa lang yan, liit. Tara, karta mo na.
And let's send this to Alexis Tinsay at courtside for this report. Alexis?
Listening into the Chef on a Diet FEU huddle, 2 key points are being held to heart. Number 1, linisin ng atake. Patatlawa, panatilihin ang depensa. Masaya sila Coach Ed na lumabas yung kanilang inensayong depensa for the last 2 sets. But for now, they'll continue to rely on Drix on the side and Jelord from the back. Tingnan natin kung sino nga ba talaga mananaig sa dikitan ng puntos na ito. Let's go back to the game. Dip and Coach Ronnie.
Thank you, Alexis. Coach Ed Herculio. I guess no matter the result of this, would be very pleased with the fight of his team.
Good launch pad ito para sa kanila. Stops ay 4-point run on that last point.
Grabe yung beatin dun ni Teng Bugawan.
Much needed point na yun kasi nawala yung 2 puntos sa kalamangan. Behind sila ng 2. Chance ito para sa FEU.
Kakao goes to Bugawan at the middle. We are tied at 7-all.
That time out by Coach Herculio once again. Set this team once back on course. Tied at 7. Race to 15. Look at Kakao, steady. Steady hands, and Bugawan, the number 1 scorer, continues to get it done here para sa FEU, nearing the 20-point level.
Suarez, he will go to De La Vega from the back. Saavedra rin mula sa likod. Camposano, back row.
Oh, clip the net.
Still alive. Bugawan, athletic play. Defense by Suarez.
Wow.
Bugawan again. No!
Woo!
Great action for both teams.
And that net defense evaporated in the last 2 sets. Has come back here, has returned in the nick of time for the Navy Sea Lions. What about Owen Suarez?
Had that solo check on the attack.
Grabe trumabaho. Tagal na bakante nito dahil natapilok po kanina. It's all about leadership and setting by example. Leading by example, rather.
What about Bugawan too, with the athletic plays?
Sasabihin ko nga sana, JP Bugawan, a major star in the Spikers turf. Now we have 2 Bugawans.
Oo, 2 na.
As big name players.
Tatapat kaya sila eventually.
I believe that we also have to put some praise kay Jacqueline King.
Yes.
Parang 50-meter dash yung nakikita. Yung mileage sa kanyang tracking ng bola, grabe.
And parang ang dami pa niyang laman sa tangke, no?
Parang gusto pang dalawa pa.
Pwede pa ba?
Unang game pa lang. Bukas may laro. O mamaya, sabi ni Ai. Mamaya ba?
Meron pa tayo 3 games.
No, I mean,
bukas sila sa
Little
Olympics sila.
oh.
Yes. Against Army, who will see action also after this. Good dig by Camposano. Marcelino with the approach, and it goes down for Christian Marcelino.
Net defense, floor defense, wanting in the last 2 sets. Yan ang momentum sa volleyball. 5-3 was the count earlier. Pabor para sa FEU. 6-2 run here generated by Navy here in the 5th and final set. Probably experience, definitely composure. But surely, it's all about the return of Owen Suarez here.
Yep, the Owens
No question.
Suarez effect is taking place here in the 5th set.
Ngayon lang bumalasa si Coach Cacao. Will be rested. Talking to assistant coach Chris Silang, was also a very good playmaker in his own right.
9 serving 7. It's long for Greg Dolor.
Sa akin, sabi ni Greg.
Sa'yo, sabi ni Jack Kaligling. Kaya pinalitan niyo muna. Suarez. De La Vega from the back.
Woo!
And into the stands.
Challenge. Foot fault. If that call stands, that's a really good call.
Malapit no?
I saw something but not exact. So let's see.
Let's wait for the replay. Joven De La Vega. That was an unexpected set from Owen Suarez.
Pero kanina pa kasi yung magandang connection na yan sa unang set pa lang. Imagine, 8 points right away si De La Vega. Unang set pa lang. Nakakuha ng isang critical challenge kanina na pumabor sa kanilang FEU. Remember, di ba? Sa block touch.
Foot fault. Oh! Stepping on the line was Joven De La Vega. And we are now at a tied ball game again, Coach Ronnie. 9-all in set number 5. Ayaw mag-hiwalay ng dalawang koponan.
Maski anong ayaw nila maghihiwalay na yung 15 final set na to. Yung haba na lang talaga.
Suarez, Marcelino, yes!
No mistake there. They lost a 2-point lead. Restores a 1-point cushion. If you may call it at that. Halos puno na tayo rito sa Paco Arena.
Kasi mga ibang teams na rin, no?
Imagine, 8 maglalaro ngayon. Whoops!
Kaliging trying to chase.
Off the block point here, tied at 10.
Sub for Chef on a Diet FEU, Cacao, and Saavedra back on the floor.
Martinez did his part as the playmaker during the time that Cacao was seated.
10-all in set number 5. Suarez, combination, set back.
Well read by Mendoza, who seems like a human eraser. Saka hindi double block, single block kaya eh. Ayan o, siya na naman o.
Lyric Mendoza.
Love the name.
FEU on top. Like singing a song.
Oh, back to back.
This one from Talisayan. And FEU now up by 2.
Misdirection, but a single block once again.
Marcelino has struggled
against the defense of FEU. We're now on top by 2.
Walang naiwan. Diba? Sayang. Sayang. Kung nakuha sana natin yun, baka napatay pa natin. Diba?
Pre, hindi pa tapos yan, pre.
Kailangan natin mag-one good receive tayo dito para makaplay si Owen. Jack, isang magandang receive sa likod ha. Tapos papunta lang bola, mag-ano na, salita na ba? Salita na.
Pinakamahabang reminder sa nakita ko kay Coach Cecil all match long. And why not? They are under duress, on their heels after a 2-point lead at 7-5. Meron ding 7-3 counter run dito ang FEU, anchored of course on 2 kill blocks that gave them a 2-point lead.
Nabawasan lang ng onting pagka-sweet. Onting-onti lang dahil may urgency na on the part of Navy. And finally, Marcelino delivers. Important point for Navy. You heard from their players na hindi pa tapos tong laban and now they're just down by 1 point.
Ang pagka-veterano nila, kailangan dito sa dulo.
Marcelino with a serve. Kakao with a set. That's inside.
Is that Mendoza?
Yeah, Lyric Mendoza.
The best blocker para dito sa FEU also scores. And once again, it's Kakao. Beating the defense of the Sea Lions na hindi alam kung saan niya dadalhin yung bola.
Camposano denied. It's kept alive. Kalingking was there for the coverage. Saavedra. Kalingking sets it up. De La Vega, tough angle. It's short. And FEU is at match point.
Oh my goodness. They lost the first 2 sets. They're on the brink right now to pull up the first big upset dito sa pangatlong laban pa lang ng Spikers Turf.
Every point, trabahuhin natin. Ha? Kung pwede, go tayo guys. Go. Baby!
Final point for FEU.
Yes, looking for win number 1. You only play 5 games in your pool. 6 teams per pool, total of 24 teams divided into 4 pools.
And it will be Jelord Talisayan to serve for the match. Service error. Keeps it alive for the Navy Sea Lions.
Still 2 match points here for FEU.
Peter Kiel enters the game. It will be Peter Kiel at the service line. Can he deliver for the Navy Sea Lions? The heavy serves. But first, it has to go in. Kakao. Saavedra for the finish. And FEU completes the comeback.
The Giant Slayers nailed their first win. Sorry loss here for the Navy Sea Lions. Kakao faking to Mendoza, delaying the double block, and Saavedra puts in the final point for the hard-fighting FEU Tamaraws. What a big win. Huge upset para dito sa FEU.
Huge upset indeed for our first 5-setter. And the FEU Tamaraws, we mentioned it, playing against their seniors.
This is a contender, a championship contender, talking about the Navy Sea Lions, and we'll talk more about them when we come back.
back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center. We just finished a 5-setter between the FEU Tamaraos and the Navy Sea Lions. The former completing the comeback, and with the best player of the game, kasama niya si Alexis Tinsay for this interview. Alexis?
That's right, Dip, and Coach Ronnie here with me is player of the game, Chef on a Diet FEU Tamarao Ariel Cacao with 29 excellent sets. Congratulations! Kikiro, gaano ka-importante itong kauna-unahang panalo nyo for today's game?
Para po sa amin, yung first game po namin ngayong Spikers Turf, sobrang importante po nito kasi yung mindset po namin. Every game po is a championship game. So, ayun po yung mindset namin simula first set hanggang fifth set.
At pinangita nyo talaga yung mindset na yun. Secondly, bilang setter, di kita ng puntos, nakabawi kayo sa third, fourth, and fifth set. How did you manage to activate your spikers and at the same time push through the end?
Sa akin, para sa akin, credits din kasi sa mga teammate ko eh. Lalo, especially dun sa libero kasi yung receive talaga once na umaabot sa akin, ma-activate ko talaga yung mga spiker ng maayos kahit simula umpisa hanggang dulo.
At grabe, yung connection nyo talaga may kitang limitless for today's game. Congratulations again. May gusto ko bang batiin, Kikiro?
Binabati ko po yung family ko dyan sa Talisay, Batangas. Si Frances po, tsaka po yung dati ko pong coaches, si Kuya Alan, Sir Ari, si Sir JC. Tsaka po yung mga taga-Talisay po na sumusuporta lagi sa amin. Ayun. Thank you po. Thank you po.
Congratulations again, Kikira. To the rest of the FEU Tamaraos, more power meeting passion for our next few games as the Navigators are meeting the Army Troopers.
And our best player of the game, Kikiro Cacao, making his hometown, Talisay, Batangas, proud. 29 excellent sets.
Dami nun.
And you mentioned, Coach Ronnie, excellent playmaking all throughout.
Oh yes, definitely the sidelining of Owen Suarez went against yung chances ng Navy Sea Lions to close out the match in 3 sets. Had they been there, it would have been different. But Kikiro Cacao made things happen para sa team ng FEU. Suddenly, isa lang yung kanilang double-digit score, biglang pumalo sa apat, halos sumabot din ng 5. So nakasabay sila offensively. But I really thought that their defense was very hard or was the key thing that enabled them to overcome a 2-set deficit and win this match in 5 grueling sets.
And we take a look at the numbers in that final 5th set.
Both teams committing 8 errors. That's giving up half of the 15-point total that FEU needed to win this match. And that hurt Navy dun sa time na lumamang na sila at 7-5. Imagine a 10-5 run. Ano nangyari para sa FEU? Multiple attackers na inactivate itong si Cacao. At maski si Martinez nang pumasok ng bahagya, nakatulong din dahil pahinga, dahil tuloy-tuloy yung laro ni Cacao eh. But all in all, maraming nakatulong offensively for FEU. But I think the overall picture, this is a heartbreaker of a loss para sa Navy Sea Lions.
Right, tough loss for the PGJC Navy Sea Lions, but a huge win definitely for the Chef on the Diet FEU Tamaraos as they move forward in this tournament. We still have 3 games remaining.
Tatlo
pa this Sunday afternoon. The Navigators Army going up against each other, and then PCU versus Air Force and Philippine Coast Guard will go up against Adamson. And that wraps up our coverage here on Pilipinas Live and on One Sports Plus. On behalf of Alexis Tinsay, my partner, Coach Ronnie Magsanok, my name is Dip Pianco, saying thank you for watching the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference, where power meets passion.